Hi, this is Stephanie with True 10 Fitness, and we're doing another cooking show. So today we're going to make granola. It's a wonderful treat and it's good as an addition to some breakfast cereal or on your yogurt or even in your dessert. So we're going to make enough that you can save some and use it a little bit at a time. I've got a nice simple recipe for you. Today we're going to make a peanut butter granola. But I'll make all kinds of granolas. I'll just pull out whatever dried fruits I've got, or see what kind of combinations I'd like to make. Cinnamon pecan's a good one. I've got a blueberry one. So have fun with it. Once you learn this basic recipe, you can sub out the peanut butter for something else, other flavors that you'd like. So here's what we're going to start with. We've got 3 cups of organic oats and a tablespoon of cinnamon. So I'm going to toss that in the bowl. I'm making, like I said, peanut butter style. So we've got a ½ cup of coarsely chopped peanuts and a ¼ cup of coarsely chopped almonds. And you can always sub out these nuts for whatever other nuts you'd like, or skip the nuts altogether. And then in this dish, I've got 2 tablespoons each of a coconut flour, and you can use whatever type of flour you'd like, as well as vanilla protein powder. I've got a vegan protein. You can again use whatever you'd like. And then 2 tablespoons of ground flax. So we're adding in lots of protein and fiber and making this really nutritious treat. And then in this dish, I've combined 1/4 cup of a raw natural peanut butter, nothing but ground peanuts, with a small container of natural applesauce. So again, no added sugars or anything like that. Just the little containers that you'll find. So I'm going to add all these into this one dish, and I'm going to go ahead and mix these up real nice. When we come back, we'll take a look at the liquid ingredients, because the liquid ingredients, we're actually going to cook them before we're adding them to the dry ingredients here. So we'll be back in a second. Okay, so we've preheated the oven to 325, and we're moving on to the next step. We're going to heat the liquid and the other ingredients that need to be heated, basically. So we've got a ¼ cup each of 4 things: an organic coconut oil, a ¼ cup of molasses, a ¼ cup of brown sugar, and 1/4 cup of honey. In addition to those 4 things, there's 1 teaspoon each of salt and vanilla extract. So in the event that you decide to make another flavor, you can sub out that vanilla extract for a coconut extract or almond extract or lemon or whatever you decide to use. Okay? Alright, so we're going to heat these up just for a couple of minutes. Just to allow them to mix together, let that salt melt, make sure that coconut oil completely melts, and we're going to allow it to come up to a bubble. So you'll see them bubbling up, and it'll happen pretty quickly, within a couple minutes. I've got a medium to high heat here. And once they start bubbling, and you see them kind of getting darker, you're going to leave it in that state for about a minute. So they'll just spend, like I said, a couple minutes in the pot here. Okay, so our oil and our sugars have been boiling here for about a minute and a half. So they're darker in color, they're fragrant, and they're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off this heat, pour it directly into our oat mixture, and mix them up. So you'll mix until they're thoroughly combined. Everything is wet. And I want to mention too, while you're thinking of what ingredients and what flavors you might use, you can use different types of oil too. I choose coconut oil in this one because coconut oil's got sort of a mild sweet flavor and it just really goes nicely with granola. But if you choose not to use coconut oil, you can use something else like a grapeseed extract or whatever you typically use around the house. So I'm gonna get this good and mixed, and from here we're just gonna take a cookie sheet and throw on a piece of parchment paper and pop it in the oven. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we're in our final steps here. I just finished mixing it up, took it straight out of the dish, dumped it right onto the parchment paper, and now I'm just going to make one nice even layer so that it all cooks evenly. Basically, we don't want a big clump over here and then, you know, nothing over here. So I'm going to even it out, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is. So I would check it at 15 minutes, and if you've got any color, especially on the underside, then go ahead and take it straight from the parchment paper, drop it back into your bowl, mix it up one more time, and then back onto the parchment paper, back into the oven again for another 15 to 20 minutes. Then after that, leave it be, let it cool right there on the parchment paper. That cooling period is where it's going to have the opportunity to begin to stick together. Okay, so welcome to granola, and I hope that you make it and that you enjoy it, and like myself, you come to love it better than anything else you can find on the market. Nothing beats homemade granola. So take care and namaste.